11.
Yep.
Goes 1 for 11 in the fourth quarter. Scores 2 points in the second half. 0 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And blames the loss on the team's IQ. Remember when LeBron James lost his last game? You came up with all them shenanigans. Oh, he was sedated. Oh, he was this and that. No, Kawhi. You're the best player. Too many people have said you're the best player in the NBA. Don't do this. Don't put this at Doc feet. This is on you. You wanted to come to the Clippers, remember? You didn't want to play with LeBron. You wanted to beat LeBron. How about beat the team? What happens if you're not playing LeBron? Skip, this is embarrassing. Hold on. What does IQ got to do with a team that you up by 12 in Game 7? You're up by 19 in Game 6. You're up by 16 in Game 5. I want to know what the hell does IQ, because did you use your IQ to get the lead, and then all of a sudden you got dumb and couldn't keep it? No, Kawhi, you gagged this one, bro. Wear it. You know that little fake crime that you had to do to try to take your little shot at LeBron? Put that on top of your head. The faux king. He the faux king, Skip Bayless. It hurts you. You got no. You said the Clippers. And I don't care what everybody else said.
Okay, how many times are we going to say that?
You said it.
Yeah.
So don't be talking about it's easy.
So this is the first time in the history of this show that you've been able to gloat about anything, and it's getting a little bit old.
No, it's old now.
Yeah, it's
old now.
But
Own
clearly,
it.
who is my favorite team in the NBA?
I don't know.
Who is it? I'm asking you.
Anybody that plays LeBron.
He was playing at a supremely high level, and I'm a huge fan of his and theirs.
Yeah.
But once he quit on my team, once he clearly had a master plan to get out of San Antonio to Los Angeles, I was out on him for a long time. I couldn't even speak his name. And I told you, I have forgiven, but I haven't forgotten.
Why haven't you forgiven?
So the point is that obviously since Kevin Durant went to Golden State, then he clearly took over the whole league. I've never seen anything like it before.
Stop it,
and
Skip.
he took over LeBron in LeBron's house in 2 straight Game 3s in which LeBron, as usual, predictably came up small at home.
Skip.
And Kevin won back-to-back finals MVPs by outplaying LeBron right in his grill in his house. Back-to-back Game 3s.
Skip, how did he come up small? Do you realize in the first game, LeBron had 42, 14, and 9?
You realize what happened at the end of that first game?
You see what you did see?
Well, what happened?
But I thought it was stats.
What
it was stats.
What happened?
It was stats.
Kevin came right down the court and just pulled up right in his face and ripped a 3 that changed the whole game.
So if the man makes a great shot.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I told you that Kevin Durant became the best player in basketball.
Okay.
Going into this year, Kevin was still the best player in basketball, and I said it 1,000 times on this show because Kawhi Leonard had fallen back a notch because I didn't think he played very well for Toronto. He hit the luckiest shot I've ever seen to win Game 7, and they survived on luck. And then they got a lot of breaks. What did you say? When they got to the finals, there's no Kevin Durant. Then he comes back for a moment, and he's gone. Then Clay is gone, and obviously they got huge breaks.
But nobody cared about that. They said he won. They didn't look at KD not being there. They didn't look at Clay getting hurt. They said Kawhi now is the best player.
Okay, now back to the issue at hand. Yes, I interpret these quotes from the leader of that team as shots at the coach and his staff, because Kawhi Leonard is saying, when this team, meaning Denver, is playing us a certain way, trying to get the ball out of my hands, which clearly they were, packing the paint, which clearly they did in the last 3 games, we've got to know what to do. Well, think about that staff. Is there a better coaching staff in basketball? Doc Rivers, he's my favorite coach. Ty Lue, one of my favorite coaches, is sitting right there at his left or right hand, whichever way they do it. And Sam Cassell, highly regarded around the NBA, and that Rex Kalamian, do you remember him from Oklahoma City? He was Kevin Durant's favorite coach in Oklahoma City from with Doc. They could come up with some new plan to stop the bleeding, because clearly the momentum had swung wildly to Denver. The pressure was mounting on the Clippers. There was no pressure on Denver. It was all on Kawhi and the Clippers.
And how did Kawhi do?
Well, he did really well until the last game because he led the team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks for the 7 games. He led his team, so you can't fault that.
Yes, you can.
And again,
yes, you can.
The first closeout game, fourth quarter, which was game 5, he scored 13 in the fourth. Is that good? That seems pretty good to me.
So
is that choking?
So now it's about numbers. I thought it was about winning.
Okay, whatever. So then the second closeout game, 6, he scored 9 in the fourth quarter, which is pretty good.
Oh, pretty good.
And they had chances to win both those games because they were up going to the fourth quarter. So he was doing his part, but he got no help from anybody else. He did very well. He shot the ball well, shot the 3 well in both those fourth quarters. Then came the epic fail, the epic collapse of game 7. Nobody played well in the whole second half. He was atrocious. Paul George was George Paul. Kawhi was 1 of 11. What was Paul George in the second half? 0 for 6 from 3.
He was, 4-16 for the game. So.
All right, so he was horrendously bad, epically bad. And yet I told you what happened in the biggest picture. I told you, I first guessed this. All year I told you Lou Williams is the closer. Obviously, Kawhi is the best player, but the closer, I've said it 1,000 times on this show. I don't love Kawhi closing games. I never loved it in San Antonio. He's not a big last shot maker-taker, but Lou Williams can be. So I said, he's got to be that guy when it's time to stop the bleeding. Somebody has to say no to the Denver Nuggets. Lou Williams, in the 7-game series against Denver, shot 4 of 27 from 3. But let that process for a second. 4 of 27? That's 16%. It's horrendous. It's hard. You can't overcome that when the guy who is your spark plug, your lightning rod scorer off the bench, prevailing 6th man of the year. I don't know how many times. Won it 3 times?
3 times.
So he didn't want to go to the bubble in the first place, had to be talked on the final day when you could commit to it.
Right.
Doc talked him off the fence into the bubble. He wasn't into it from the start. He wasn't in shape. He had his little soiree to Atlanta, went to a funeral, then went to Magic City, had to quarantine for another 10 days, and he never looked right. So when it was time for the closer, the 6th man of the year, to take over, he shot 4 of 27, and it got so bad in the last 3 fourth quarters, he wouldn't even shoot. He shot 7 times in 3 fourth quarters, 5, 6, and 7. That's impossible. You're not going to win. So what was Denver doing? They'd say, we are going to trap Kawhi and take the ball out of his hands. What's your plan, Doc? What's plan B? So Kawhi would try to split the double team, except he quit shooting his pull-up mid-range, which is just Jordan.
Because he was clanking it.
Oh, what?
Clank.
And then he started driving the ball to the rim. Well, he's not LeBron. He doesn't pack the wall up that LeBron is 6'9", 250. Kawhi might be 225. He doesn't carry the clout that LeBron does.
Think about this, Skip.
So Joker was owning Kawhi at the rim, especially in Game 7. He would not let him get to the rim. And Kawhi was looking more and more pathetic and foolish.
But here's the thing, Skip. If you look at what did the Clippers do? They double yoke. They say, yo, we're not going to let you be a scorer. We're going to make you be a passer. He comes out with 13 assists. Okay, James Harden. They say, we're going to get the ball out of James Harden. James Harden averaged 10, 11 assists. You see the difference? But I thought Doc said he didn't know how good of a passer because Kawhi Leonard. I remember.
No, he called him an elite passer.
I can't tell. Look at the little assist totals he got. I can't tell. That's what you do out of the double team. You pass out of it.
I thought he was trying to pass all night to a fault.
Well, 6 of 22 says otherwise.
Well, nobody could make shots. So what do you always tell me about LeBron? Nobody, he had 7 assists because they missed 15 threes. Am I right?
Whoa. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You said, hold on. I remember, you remember, Skip, that right before the All-Star game, they played New Orleans, and LeBron says we're top-heavy. It's bleak. You came out here and eviscerated him. Now, I want that evisceration of Kawhi. Talking about IQ. No, IQ.
He say we're top-heavy?
He's questioning the coaching. Doc Rivers hold on. You said Doc Rivers is one coach of the year. Doc Rivers has won a title. And you questioning. Ty Lue has a title. You question. Sam Cassell won 2 titles as a player. And you're questioning their IQ? I question your toughness. I question your mentality, Kawhi. Come on with it, Kawhi. You the guy. Kawhi says, I don't want to join LeBron. I want to beat LeBron. Beat the